Men have been trained and conditioned by women, not unlike the way Pavlov conditioned his dogs into becoming their slaves. If a young man gets married, starts a family, and spends the rest of his life working at a soul-destroying job, he is held up as an example of virtue and responsibility. The other type of man, living only for himself, working only for himself, doing first one thing and then another, simply because he enjoys it and because he has to keep only himself, sleeping where and when he wants, and facing women when he meets her, on equal terms and not as one of a million slaves, is rejected by society. The free, unshackled man has no place in its midst. But even if men wanted to read the whole truth about their condition, women would still be the decisive factor. Though both men and women read, women are in addition the big consumers. Since women do most of the buying, most advertising campaigns are aimed directly or indirectly at them. Since most Western papers are financed largely through advertising, they cannot risk displeasing women by their editorial content. The day on which they do so, they would hear from their advertisers in no uncertain terms. Men would not stand a chance, even if they wanted to publish independent opinions about women, of being published in any medium addressing both sexes as the great majority do. The same is true of television, financed, as it is in most Western countries, by advertisers, promoters, and publicity aimed at consumers. Here, too, the editorial content must pass female censorship. It is not pre-censored, of course, but subject to a censorship, which functions on the principle that the producer is done for if the product does not sell. The producer is therefore motivated to avoid catastrophe by censoring himself. A man who wants to gain power over a woman must follow the example of a woman and condition his sex drive. If he succeeds in becoming as cold as she can no longer bait him with sex into the role of provider. At most, she could offer herself as an equal sex partner, as dependent on him as he is on her. If men could abstain from sex at judicious intervals, they might even succeed in normalizing the female sex drive, even make women desire them more than the other way around. Power consists in making oneself the goal of another person's social instincts, without seeking to satisfy one's own social instincts through him. The other then does everything one asks. Powerlessness consists in wanting or having to satisfy one's social instincts through another person whose social instincts one has not succeeded in concentrating on oneself. One then does everything the other asks. What a great advantage a man can have over a woman. If he only knew what cold and calculating thoughts are going through her mind, while her eyes are brimming with tears.